welcome to my reading nook. So today I can see the reflection of the light on my glasses. So today basically what I wanted to do is that I want to read one of the most popular books on BookTube and Bookstagram, which would be The Fourth Wing. So I actually have heard a ton of good things about this book. So very recently when one of my favorite booktubers, Reagan, reviewed it, and she and I almost always have the same opinion about books, especially fantasy books. And she actually did not have very kind things to say. She was basically saying that the whole plot and the setting didn't make a lot of sense. There were some plot holes. There were some things that weren't adding up. And I want to see whether or not I agree, because I full-heartedly believe that this book is going to be a 5-star. But I'm also very much a high fantasy reader. Like, I love when a setting makes sense. I love when there's a lot of backstory about the world and the powers and everything and how everything works. I like a very well explained political system. But I also like smutty books where the main character makes my heart throb, and I tend to forget and forgive a lot of things when there's a good romance. So that's why I wanted to do it. And basically I wanted to do my own little twist on this, because I've been dying to crochet some things, and I want to crochet the main characters from the book. So the kind of thing going on here is that I don't know what they look like as of right now, because I haven't read a single description of any of the main characters, haven't looked up photos. So I'm going to start crocheting a very basic doll and adding the characteristics, the uniform, the little things that make it special as I read along. And hopefully they turn out super cute. So let's get into it. So tonight I have 2 nights where I'm gonna be alone in my apartment. Usually there's my boyfriend here and we do stuff together, but he's at work, so I'm gonna have 2 nights where I can drink wine, read my audiobook, and crochet. So I expect to be able to finish this really quickly, and I want to take you on my adventure. It also is storming like hell, is like the world is gonna drown. Like, it is really crazy over here, so I don't think I can go anywhere anyway. So let's get productive and let's get into it. Bye.
Regular bookshelf setup, but it's fine because we can still talk about all books, and that's exactly what we're doing today, because today I'm going to be making a book freak out tag. This is a tag
Hello, I'm here to give you the midnight update. It is literally midnight. I was doing I'm not doing very well with the crocheting. I literally did a couple arms. Keep falling. Everything is falling off. I did a couple arms. I did part of the head. I did part of the hair. And then I did nothing because it was raining. And I had a bottle of wine. Not a whole bottle of wine. Like 2 glasses of wine. And I was listening to the book, and I was just sitting there because I was having a lot of fun. It's fun. I don't know why people be hating. It's so much fun. They almost died. And I think I know who the romance character is gonna be. Of course the brooding 6'4" guy is gonna be the romance guy. I am rooting for the other one though. I'm always the girl that's rooting for the other one. I was rooting for Jacob in Twilight. I was rooting for Peeta on the Hunger Games. I want my sweet boy to win. And I know they won't. I know they won't. I know the 6'4" guy is gonna win. But why can my good guy never win? But whatever. So far I think the brooding 6'4" guy is obviously gonna be the romance interest. What did make it interesting is that we did get some descriptions for the characters. So the main character is pale and white. That's why I have this color of yarn chosen. And I did do some arms and legs. I don't know where they went. But right now I have this arm that's nowhere to be found, the other ones. And she does have brown hair for what I recall. But it goes to gray. It's like a brown to gray gradient, because apparently she has some type of physical disability that makes her have to, like, her hair lose color and her joints not work really well. I bet it's gonna end up one of those physical disabilities to superpower tropes, what I don't really like. Hopefully it doesn't, but let's see how it goes. And everybody wears black. So obviously I have my black yarn. Sadly, this is not the right weight of black yarn. It's really thick, so I'll have to stop by Joann's tomorrow to actually be able to finish this project. Because everybody's wearing freaking black! And I can't find black. I don't have the right type of black yarn. So, basically that's how I go. I didn't tell you about this book at all. So basically, it's a book about this girl who is the daughter of a very famous general in an army in a fantasy world where they are constantly at war. It's one of those worlds where, like, they've never seen a moment of peace. Nobody has seen a moment of peace in their entire life. So basically, they have this academy, because of course they do, where they train the biggest and baddest warriors ever. I am gonna put some books that it remind me of right here, because I definitely know books they remind me of. I just can't think about them right now. And it has those vibes. And then, like, she goes in, and she's actually reluctant to go in. It's not like a thing that she's trying to actively prove herself. It's one of those things that she is actually not happy about it, which I was really pretty surprised. It was, like, pretty different from other books. So she actually passes the first trial, which is, first off the bat, it was super dangerous. It was like a very much like a very claustrophobic, if you're afraid of heights, type of dangerous situation. And then she's in the little academy where everybody's trying to kill her. And of course there's two love interests, because we already know how this goes, love triangles whatsoever. And then she made a friend, and it was like an instant friendship. So far everything except for one of the love interests have been instant. Like, she's instantly lusting after this guy. She instantly made a BFF, which I did hear some people complain about how that would never happen, but I actually do believe that would happen. I'm one of those people that, like, don't make friends until I make one friend, and I'm like, you're my friend forever. So I cannot kind of see that happening, honestly. So yeah, so far that's what's going on. It is stressful. It is interesting. I like the world. Nothing really is going on. I feel like you can, like, this fantasy world, you can replace it with any other fantasy world and the story will still work. But I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you how it ends up going. So hello, welcome to the update. So this is the Sunday update of how my reading is going, and I have still been reading The Fourth Wing, and it's actually going really, really good. I really, really like it. It is kind of a combination of, like, The Virgin with a little bit of Hunger Games with a little bit of these two books. I'm forgetting their names right now, but I'm thinking about it. One is something about dragons, and the other one is about an academy as well. And I think they're all really good books, and I like this book so far. One of the main love interests, the one that I actually was raving about yesterday, I was, like, so in love with him, kind of has, like, a little bit of controlling streak, and I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of guess you're not gonna be the main guy, whatever. And then, like, as in, like, another really popular series, the guy can control shadows, which is obviously something that happened in Shadow and Bones. So I feel like this is a big mishmash of every single really popular YA fantasy series that has happened on the last, like, 10 years. So I kind of get why everybody's, like, going crazy about it, because you can totally see where all the inspiration came from. But apart from that, I've been working on the crochet project. It's going really well. I'm not gonna give you an update about it tonight, because honestly it just looks like a bunch of yarn right now, but it's coming together. Like, trust the process. Right now I have, like, legs and a head and a feet, and it's not, like, all put together yet. So I'll wait till tomorrow to show you. But I did get two other mega popular books from BookTube. The first one is Yellow Face, and the second one is Icebreaker. So I went to the bookstore and bought both of these today. So I wanted to make it like a little bit of reading the most popular BookTube, Bookstagram, book TikTok books that are coming out right now. I'm about, I would say, halfway through Yellow Face. and I'm liking it. I don't get it right now, like all the rage about this book, because everybody's saying this book is like very life changing, very hard hitting, and right now we're just following like a girl that did something bad. It's right in the synopsis. She stole somebody else's book. She had a friend, the friend passed away, and she stole her book. And now she's trying to pass it off as her own. And because of that, and obviously the friend was Asian, she herself is not Asian. The book is about an Asian culture, it's about China. And she's trying to navigate this world that she wrote about something that she doesn't really know about. And it's a lot about, like, this is written like first person and you're in this character's head. It's a lot about her justifying her actions, like why she stole the book, why she's better than the original author, why she deserves to be successful. And I guess you can see that as like being very egocentrical and being in the eye of like the narcissist and probably a psychopath. I'm not one for diagnosing people, but she is cray. Like, she is really, something is going on with her. And unless that, I don't know if that's all this book is gonna say about this. Is there gonna be more layers? Is it gonna be an actual thriller? I don't really know where it's going, especially going like halfway through. It's just a bunch of being in this like annoying person's perspective, and since she's annoying, I'm like, why am I here? I'm not enjoying myself, but I can see it doing interesting things, so I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna obviously finish it. So that is what I was reading today as well. And then I have Icebreaker, which I'm so excited for. So when I bought it at the bookstore, it was kind of embarrassing because I do know the owner of this bookstore. Like, I don't know him personally. He's not my friend, but he recognizes me from time to time when I go in and buy things because it's like a small local bookstore. And he was like, oh, well, all my staff members are obsessed with that book. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Like, I like when people are obsessed with books. And he was like, just be warned, that book is very spicy. And I was like, oh god, please kill me now. And obviously, like, my boyfriend was there and he was like confused as to why I was buying because it looks very innocent. So I am excited. I haven't read it at all. I've been like focusing on Fourth Wing and Yellowface right now, but this is probably the book I'm the most excited about. So yeah, I will keep reading and I'll give you an update tomorrow night, and I'll show you probably some clips of me crocheting and me doing other stuff that is just not reading it in my bed to make it a little bit more interesting. Bye. Welcome to the Amanda Muller midnight update. It is Sunday night and my weekend is over, but I stretched it out as much as I physically could. It's like midnight and I really should go to sleep because I need to be at work tomorrow. But I did finish one book today and I actually made a lot of progress with the Fourth Wing. But today I finished Yellowface, which is one of the other most popular books on BookTube right now. And I can see why it's one of the most popular books, even though I wouldn't consider it to be an enjoyable experience. Let me put you somewhere where I can probably leave you there for a little because my arm hurts. Let's see, right here. I got the book Yellowface, and it is a great book in how it's written, and the topics that it tackles is basically about this one girl who she's a white girl that is trying to get her book published. She lives in Washington. She's a very like unremarkable person, but she happens to be friends with a very famous published author. The author that she's friends with is Asian American. She's from China, and she has had a lot of popularity writing about her Chinese American experience. And she has a new book, and they're celebrating one night that her book got picked up by Netflix when she passes away. And the her white friend, is just in time there to be able to pick up her manuscript, that unpublished manuscript nobody has ever read, and publish it as her own. And this is kind of like the descent to madness that comes from like lying and scheming and how she goes about it. And it definitely says a lot of interesting things about publishing, about being a writer, about being Asian American, about politics, about cancel culture. Right now the whole Colleen Ballinger thing is going on, which is the Miranda Sings lady, and she's being canceled right now. So I thought that would be super interesting parallels of like how people can just like pile up on somebody and just like start throwing a lot of hate at them. But at the same time, I felt like in this book, the person was being canceled for a reason, and the reason was valid. So I feel like a lot of the things that like it was trying to say about cancel culture, about canceling people in an invalid way when they don't deserve it, I was like, but she deserved it though. Why are we discussing whether or not it's valid when she actually deserved it? So yeah, I think it is a very interesting book. It was very well written, but I also struggled to connect because a lot of the things, like, I'm not a writer. I have no intentions of being a writer. I'm not a published author. I just like don't know a lot about this industry, and you needed to know a lot about the industry of writing itself to be able to get what this book was saying all together. I feel like there was a lot of things that went over my head just because I'm not in that world. And yeah, I definitely, but this one is one that I'm gonna think about for a long time. I'm gonna read some of like the inside of it, and I feel like obviously like influencers that are a lot more successful than I am, because I'm like a tiny blip on the radar. Like, I don't get hate comments, I don't get comments at all, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't really like empathize. But I feel like if you're like big booktuber, big social media star, like a big author, I feel like you can be like, oh my god, I can totally see myself in this book. For me in particular, I was like, I don't see the hype, but I do understand how powerful it is, and I will read it again. Because I think on a second reread, maybe after I read some essays that people have written about this book, I'll be able to like contemplate it a lot better and just think about it more deeply. Because I read it in like one day, I was like, okay, I think I need to reread this just to make sure that I'm getting everything that it's trying to say. Yep, so that is my update on that book. And then I also have an update on my other book. Why am I walking away like you guys can follow me? So basically, I am halfway through the fourth wing, and I love this book. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm fully aware here. Like, I have my lamp. This is my reading lamp. I bought it on Michael's if you want to get one. But yeah, basically, this book makes no sense on the world building. A lot of it. No, like not everything. I feel like in my brain, I like to picture books very well. I feel like reading Brandon Sanderson, you can really be in the world. You really know the rules. This book, I'm like, I didn't know the rules. Like, in one scene, they're using like modern gym equipment, and I was like, wait. Why are we using modern gym equipment? I thought we were like in like the Middle Ages. Like, there was no light. Also, I don't know if this world has light in it. Like, do they have electricity? Do they do lanterns? I don't know where the power comes from for this world. It seems like in my head we were in like the Middle Ages this whole time, but apparently we do have some modern technology or some modern-ish things. So I think the world building is not doing anything. It's like really like very basic. I have no idea where I am most of the time, especially because I like doing like those little mosaics for my like book reviews. I like to really get images to kind of inspire me, and so far I have a lot of images about the characters and a lot of images about dragons, but the world building, I have no idea. I know they're in a school somewhere. That's all I know. And honestly, I couldn't care less because I'm having such a fun time. Another little gripe though, I have no idea who any of the side characters are. They're dropping like flies. I'm like, who cares? Like, one other one fell. Oh no, they fell. Boo-hoo. But like, I couldn't remember who they were. I couldn't remember why they were relevant. I don't remember whether or not my main character had beef with them. So I was like, whatever. Which is one thing that I heard a lot of people complaining. Like, the stakes are really high, but the death don't seem like they matter. And I totally get that because I'm like, ooh, I don't even remember you. And I think we can fault the author at that, because a lot of authors like have a big cast of characters and they make you care about every single one of them. This author in particular, no, she's not doing that. I don't care. I care about the best friend. I care about the two love interests. I care about the mother, the sister, and that's it. Everybody else could die. I'm like, But the other things about this is like it's just so compelling. I feel like you're in this person's head and you actually like her, and that is so important to me. I feel like a lot of YA type characters feel so whiny all the time. They're like meh meh me, and I'm like, oh, like she's actually like bad at what she does, but she's not whiny about it. That's what I really like about this book. She's like clearly struggling, but it's not a pain to like deal with her. And then the dragons came and they're sassy and I love them. And I think so far I've been able to tell everything that was going to happen, but I feel like at the plot twist, at the threshing, if you don't read the book you have no idea what I'm talking about, but that plot twist really did get me. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be my favorite book of all time. I'm also like older. I'm 27, so I'm not really their demographic. I feel like they're going for like a younger YA crowd, and I can like kind of tell the plot holes and the problems. I can be a little bit more nitpicky of a reader, but I am enjoying it, so I'm gonna keep giving it a try, and I have about halfway to go. And I also wanted to show you how my doll is going. So if you missed the first part, I'm basically crocheting the main character. So I have her right here. She is right now headless. She has her little black pants because they're wear leather. Her little arms, and her head is starting to form. So yeah, she looks super creepy. And I tangled all my yarn, so I have to untangle it before I keep going. But yeah, so I think she looks super adorable, especially because they're gonna be wearing all black, so I want to make her like a little vest. And her hair is really cool, and I think I can do the whole like dual color thing happening. I put a picture of her, like not an actual picture, but like fan art, and I can see the vision. I can see the vision. Just like trust the process. Right now she looks wonky as all hell, but I think this thing is gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, that's the update for Sunday. I finished Jellyface. I'm halfway through the fourth wing, and I have read like 10 pages of my other book. I only have 10 pages of this one, so I don't have any updates. This one I know that I can read really fast, so that's why I'm not really like pushing myself to read it. I'll read it when I want to. So yeah, bye. Have a nice first day tomorrow, Monday, so probably my reading will go down, but let's see how it goes. Welcome to my midweek update. It's actually a Thursday. I'm trying to turn this thing off. But yeah, I have been reading Icebreaker, and it is my book that I've been reading during the week at night. I don't get a lot of reading, like physical reading at night and during the week, because I usually just spend time with my boyfriend and my dog, and we do nice cute things together and watch a lot of TV. But it is, I want to squish them. So yeah, basically at the beginning I was really worried because everybody was like dating other people. I was like, no, I do not like love triangles. I'm not a love triangle girly. I really hate it when they do that. So I was like, I want end goal. I want the end goal right now. So I was like being patient, and honestly I haven't even read that much. 62 pages in, and I know they're gonna have to have conflicts because obviously there's a lot of things going on, but I want them to start having like the tension and the romance, and maybe they already had like the cute meetup, even though it was not that cute. They kind of hate each other's gut. So yeah, so far it is a romance about figure skating and a hockey player, and they're having like a love-hate relationship, and they're like basically just like also dating other people, but there's great representation for like disabled people and bisexual people, and it's very, very cute. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I really like it. It's giving me all the feels. The girl is super sassy, and the boy is actually really sassy too. They seem like they're very well matched in the sassy department, and there's I kind of like got very like soaring like a sailor. I just like feel like I need them to be together already. So yeah, that is my update. I'm gonna go wash my face. Hello. So I wanted to finish this book today. So I am about 255 pages in, so I have this big chunk left over, and I really, really like the first like say 150 pages of this book was the best romance I've ever read. Like, no kidding, like, the best steamy romance I've ever read. I guess I read better, like, non-steamy romance, but the tension on this was insane. So, I don't think I've ever covered what this book is actually about, because it's not about that much. It doesn't have that much going on plot-wise, but it's about this ice skater named Anastasia, who's like very focused on school and ice skating, very into her sport. And then he just happens to meet Nathan because they follow in the same circles and they have a problem with their ice rink, and they start having like a frenemies two lovers situation. I don't think they ever actually hate each other. They're very attractive to each other the whole time, but they just don't want to like they don't want the other to win because they're both very competitive. So they'll tease each other. Like they'll be like, oh, look how sexy I am doing this. Ooh, look how sexy I am doing this. So they're basically just teasing each other for the first 100 pages of this book. And that's what really worked for me. Just like the dynamic and the like not getting that smutty romance was like really good. And then you got the smutty romance for about like 50 pages, and that was really good too. But then it got a lot of like fluff in the middle. And I understand. There has to be a plot. I'm not a plot girly for my romances. I really could not care less. But I understand that some books, like some people like the plots in romances, and the whole plot is that they don't fight, which is good. Because I feel like in a lot of these books, then they have a massive fight and then they have to like rediscover each other and like find themselves and find how they can get back together. And that's kind of like not what happens here. They're still friends, they still like each other, they're still talking to each other. They never like outright hate each other. They're just circumstances that they both decide that they don't want to continue doing the spicy tango. So that's kind of where I am in the book, but I'm kind of over it now. I'm like, okay, good. You guys got to know each other. Let's get back into it. So yeah. So another 150 pages. I can knock it out in one night. I have been like dilly-dallying around this book. I read it a lot during the weekend. But I don't really read this type of book during the week because I'm working a lot and I can't bring this at work. There will be too many questions. So I try not to bring books like this to work. So yeah, so I'm going to finish it and I'll give you an update tonight to see how it goes. Okay, so I'm getting on camera real quickly because I'm about another 50 pages in and I have a personal complaint for this author. Why couldn't you be more creative with your names? Like, oh my god, I have to write them all down because I couldn't keep them straight. Because they're all very generic white boy names. They're called like Ryan, Aaron, Nathan, John, JJ, what are the others? Joe. So it was like super hard like to keep them all straight, and then they just had a fight where like people were actually like fighting, and I was like, I have no idea who's punching who because I have no idea who any of these people are. So I had to like write it down, look at my little post-it Dunkin' Donuts, where I misspelled both the word basketball and hockey in the same sentence. Look at this, beautiful. So I think I spelled basketball, skiing partner, and hockey. So that if that is enough to tell you that reading a shit ton of books a year will not make you that much smarter, because I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, that is my personal complaint. It does seem like there's gonna reach a climax pretty soon, and hopefully they handle it like adults and respect each other and don't do any of this miscommunication stuff. Because this book is about to be a 5-star. Except for the whole naming thing that is driving me up the wall. But yeah, that is my update. See you in 2 hours. I think that's optimistic, but let's see how it goes. I know I've forgotten to give you any updates whatsoever, but I am super pissed off at this book, which is actually whatever this book is called, Fourth Wing. I am this much left. I have this much left, and the only thing I have to say is chapter 36. I hate you, book. I hate you. I hate you with everything I got. Oh! I'm angry. I'm disappointed at myself because you remember when I said I did not give a shit about any of the side characters? I gave a shit a little. I gave a shit a little too much for one of them, and I just opened my heart a little bit. Not knowing, not thinking that they would do that to me, but they did. And now I am in pain because everybody's dying and everything sucks, and I hate this book. I really, really hate this book. Ugh. Now I have to read it. I have like probably 3 chapters left. I don't give a anymore. I'm just walking around aimlessly looking like a freaking crazy person because there's nobody home. If you want to see a doll update, I'm almost like, she looks weird as all fuck right now because she's naked and I still have to do her silver hair. But I got too invested in this book and I was reading it as an audiobook. But then I went to the bookstore to actually get it as a book because I was really enjoying it and I saw it had some cool maps in it. So now I'm just reading it like a physical book. And I have not been able to finish my doll. But believe me, I will finish that stupid freaking doll. Because, this book is going to be the death of me. And I feel like I need a personal reminder of what this book did to me. It made me go a little crazy. Oh! Okay, that's my update. I'm almost done. Book. Bye. Panda gets a little anxious when I'm anxious because she doesn't know how to handle it. So this is me and Panda, and I am giving you an update here from page, oh my god, from page 485. I see a twist coming. Panda sees a twist coming too. I think somebody that we think might have passed away is not. And this is not a spoiler because I actually don't know yet. And if I'm right, that is gonna be some serious shakeup. Panda, what do you think? She thinks that it's gonna be a serious shakeup and she's nervous too. Okay, back up. She's an emotional support doggy that needs emotional support. Okay, you don't need to eat me. You need to eat the camera either. We're good. Okay, everybody back off, please. Okay, reading books is not safe. People tell you it's a nice, safe hobby. It is not safe. You might have a 70-pound pit bull. Okay, you might not be 70 pounds. You might be a light 45, maybe 50. Looking at you because you can't calm down and you're stressing her out. She's a little stressed. I deserve emotional damages. I just finished this book. I still have like whatever acknowledgements or whatever left, and I think there's a small chapter of the next book in this. I guess one of the plot twists, and I guess the other one, I guess I didn't guess it, but I was really close, and I'm not okay. I will have to emotionally recover from this. My emotional support dog is out of duty at the moment. I don't know if you can see her. She is my little dragon and she is exhausted. And honestly, my last comment is like, half-truths are still lies, writers. So don't go out there doing half-truths because you'll get your ass beat. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And I am extremely pissed off. I drank a little too much wine. I finished this book in like 2 sittings. I'm not okay. I guess I'll do a wrap up later. I need to emotionally recover from this. That's all I have to say. And my boobs are too big for this frame. So bye. Welcome. And because I am a mega masochist, Panda just woke up. Say hi, Panda. Hi, Panda. No, please don't do this again. She is an emotional support dog in reverse. She needs to be emotionally supported, which is okay. I can emotionally support you. But she's sitting on my book. But yeah, basically, I just finished Fourth Wing, which is right there, the traitor. I'm still angry at it. I can't believe it. I'm just so pissed off at it. Oh my god, my emotional support dog has gone wild again. And I am about to jump in to the last little chunk, I guess like 50 so pages of Icebreaker. So I guess I just didn't have enough getting my heart broken once by Fourth Wing. I want to go ahead and get my heart broken twice in one night. Good thing I have nothing better to do and just smooth jazz on the background. And looking very, very crusty right now. But yeah, I'll keep you updated, me and Panda Bear. Well, she licks my face yet again. And I'll let you know when I'm done. Okay, and welcome to the final update. So it's literally been a month since I last updated you because I went on vacation for my brother's wedding. It was in Guatemala where my parents live. So I did not touch, well, I touched a lot of books, but I didn't edit this video at all when I was there, so I got really far behind. But I didn't, and my grandma's watching this video, so I was a little nervous because I swore a lot in the last clip. So I was like, should I post it? Shouldn't I post it? I'm just gonna bleep it, and it's gonna go on the internet. So I finished the 2 books that I wanted to give you an update on: Fourth Wing and Icebreaker. So I think my opinions about both of them was pretty clear. I love Fourth Wing. I had a lot of issues with the lack of character development of some of the side characters and the lack of world building, but overall, like, the romance was like really strong and it was so much fun, and the twist was amazing and it really caught me by surprise. So I'm definitely picking up the next one, and I think the book is worth the hype. It's definitely not serious. It's not serious at all. It's not a serious read, but if you want to have fun, I think it's a really good book. And then Icebreaker. So for this one, I actually loved the tension at the beginning. As I said, the first 150 pages were one of my favorite romance books ever. But after that, it kind of became a little like topsy-turvy. They were just going through the motions of a normal relationship. And that is fine, but that's not usually what captivates me in a book. So I ended up giving it like a 4-star. I just didn't love it, but it was really good. And I will pick up anything that the author writes next, because she does write chemistry really, really well. And then the last update is the exciting one. So I did finish my doll. It's not as pretty as I wanted to, and it's not as done, but this is what she looks like. Say hi. She's like really cute, and she does have like the hair that's brown and goes to gray. I put her hair in a little ponytail because I made a miscalculation on like how long it had to be, so it's really, really long. So this one's one of the shorter strands. So I put it up in a little like hairdo, because she does do that in the book, and she has a little black outfit. And I think it's really cute. So yeah, that's the final update on the vlog. And yeah, I'll keep reading a lot of stuff. Honestly, I read so many books while I was on vacation, but I didn't really do a video about it. But I'll upload my August wrap up next. And yeah, hope you had fun, and I'll keep reading all the crazy TikTok books, because most of them are actually really good. So bye!